Hello. Okay, let's start in a bit. Hello, good evening, everybody. Let's continue with the color picker, the color picker Swift UI application. I started this last weekend, I think, and yesterday I did another stream where we converted the hue, the HSV into RGB and hexadecimal. So we did that on a previous stream that it's now uploaded on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's going to be probably a link somewhere. And we left it. Where did we left it? We said that it would be cool if we could actually copy paste on click. So basically the idea is that you can click some of these boxes, some of these values to copy paste it. So basically to copy paste the RGB and the HSV. So that's what we are gonna do now, I guess. At least that's the plan. For the first thing I need to figure out is how to copy into the macOS spaceport. Because on macOS I think I've never done it. I hope it's not that different. So yeah. So I guess we can start with tap, yeah. So they call it on tap on Swift UI, even if it's actually a click on macOS. They don't actually differentiate, which is it's well. I don't know. The result has been had this discussion about how to call this in a multi-platform application. I guess Apple decided that a tap work for all platforms. So now, what do we want to do on tap? We want to copy into the baseboard. So for now, I'm just gonna do it here. I guess we can say send to pasteboard. And because I will gonna have the information I did here, I can just do this. I guess I need self because it's escaping. So now we need to, I mean, it should be then a pasteboard, right? And I guess there is some, yeah, there we go. Some singleton that access like the global pasteboard. And now what? Is it set data, set string for type? Not sure what the type is. Set a given string as a representation for the specified type for the first item on the receiver. Say what? I mean, I want to paste the value, but what's this? Is this enough? This is just some debugging. And if I run the app, I'm not sure if I have on the app delegate basically an early exit on the application. No, not on this case. Okay. I found out that I need to put sometimes an early exit here, just basically a return, in order for the previews to work, because otherwise it's, I'm still not sure, but it looks like the previews run basically at least the app delegate, and that means that the application kind of launches, and it's a mess because then you lose your focus if you are actually focusing on some other view. You actually lose your focus every time you type, and the preview reloads. It's a mess. It's not sustainable. So what I want to try now, if I do this, okay, nothing happens. No, it's because I'm not on the correct. Okay, cool. So I have this on my pasteboard. So if I paste, so it's not copied into the pasteboard. Damn. Okay, I guess we need to Google a little bit first. Let me put the secrets. Give me a second, because I don't know how many windows I'm gonna open, because I had my browser closed. Yep, as expected, 30 windows are opened. So let me just grab a new one. Okay. And there we go. Copy and paste. Do I need to do all of this? Are you kidding me? Or is it just because I need to declare the types? I mean, I guess makes kind of sense when you want to actually paste like objects and stuff. but for a string it seems like it's too much. Now it worked. Okay, cool. So if I click here, I have the hex value. If I click here, I have the RGB value. If I click here, I have the HSB value. If I click here, I have what? Yeah, I copied 52 to export. I guess I should. Okay, well, now we know that works, so we can just work with the preview for now. Okay, so we need to make sure that this flag is turned on before we call this method, otherwise we just do an early exit. So that's progress, and now I guess what I want here is to say enable pasteboard true. And let's clean up these ones. Okay. Yeah, I was expecting this. Why is there an extra argument? Is it because it has a default? I thought I could pass defaults. I thought I could pass defaults. Well, apparently not. That seems weird, to be honest. I was pretty sure. Yeah, I'm doing something wrong here, right? Well, now it's just this one that doesn't have it. Dude, I was pretty sure the initializers took into account the default arguments. I must be doing something wrong, I don't see. But anyway, let's give it a shot. So, well, I removed the flag, yes, and if I click here, yes, okay. So that's good, that's good. So now, I need to first figure out what should we copy, to be honest. Because for the hex, I think it's fine to copy just that, but for RGB, maybe you want something else, I don't know. Like typically these applications, like I don't know. Let me show you some design, but wait a second, because I don't want to show designs that I shouldn't be showing. Yeah, let me show you this. So typically, what if I copy this? What happens? I don't know what I did. That's what I wanted. Well, I guess they don't do anything. Yeah, that's ugly. I thought they had something where you could just copy paste this. Anyway, what I was gonna say is usually you see this kind of RGB value, and that's usually because that's the format that CSS wants, but I'm not gonna do that, to be honest. Why would you want the CSS? I mean, there is so many different formats that you could use. Picking CSS, it's not the default I want. So let's change, and instead of that, let's add support for a hover state, I guess. Okay, so we have this on hover that it's supposed to trigger and then I guess I have to put a state here that says show tooltip. That starts false, fake, false. And here I just have to put that show tooltip state here. Okay, so that's the first part. So when I hover over this square, say what? Cannot assign to property, show tooltip is immutable. Can you do this then? Thank you. So when I put the mouse here, this is gonna turn this state on, and the idea is that now I can put an overlay, I guess, and here I can put a view. I don't know, let's say just tap. I mean, I'm gonna say click to copy. That seems alright. The problem is that we cannot try this on the preview, because of course there is no interaction on this preview unless you pop it out. So yeah, of course. Oh, that's gonna be a pain in the ass, right? Yeah, because what? So yeah, Swift UI. So you're just setting the overlay with the text, and I'm not checking for this state, so it's showing it all the time. What you can do is show tooltip. I don't think I need self on this case. If show tooltip, return this text, but then you need to return something else here. Swift UI comes with this empty view, which is directly that. It's like an empty view. There is no child or anything. It's a base view basically, and that's not gonna work. Well, first of all, because we need to use a return, because now there is multiple lines. Swift doesn't automatically return when there is multiple lines. But even in this case, that's not gonna work, because we're returning multiple views, and that's not cool. And that's because this is not a function builder. This is not. It's not the Swift UI DSL. So first of all, we need to return a view here. Tooltip view. And something I'm still debating is sometimes and nobody's gonna like this. But sometimes I like to uppercase these private functions that return views. Why? Because if you made a view its own struct for its own view and stuff and its own type, it will be uppercase. So I don't see why this one shouldn't. I don't know. Let's just lowercase it because probably it's gonna freak out. So let's do this, and now we can actually just inline this here. And let's give it a compile, and there you go, the error I was expecting. And if Xcode shows us the error, it doesn't, it doesn't, I don't know, failed. There you go, it took him a while. So this basically, well, I'm telling you that I'm returning some specific view and I'm actually returning two different types. That's not gonna fly. That's not gonna fly. What you can do is you can wrap this on any view, and you can do this, and you can do this, and that's gonna compile in theory. Okay, so let's resume the preview to see that in theory this tooltip should disappear. And it's gone. I'm not a fan of using any view. I'm not a huge fan of it because it basically, Swift UI, it's really using Swift type system to optimize all the diffing and all the views. It's actually using, it's probably one of the frameworks that uses more extensively the Swift type system, which is one of the reasons why the Swift core team was so keen on introducing this syntax for specifying a specific view and opaque type, which I think I have a video on the channel. If not, I should actually do one. The point here is that by using any view, you make one type, so this part is happy, but the problem is that you are moving all the Swift UI, you're getting rid of all the Swift UI mechanism for the diffing and all this type system, the benefits that it brings from the type system. So you're just getting rid of that and actually doing everything at runtime, which is not a big deal. I mean, you're not going to notice any performance issues with this. Maybe you have some trouble with animations, for example, stuff like that. Yeah, that tends to happen with any view because you lose the type system and it doesn't know which types to animate. I've seen that happen. But in any case, there is another trick for this specific scenario. This doesn't, I'm not sure this will solve everything, but you can actually hide. Oh no, you can't. Hidden. I thought the hidden had a parameter. Didn't? No. Okay. Well, I guess we can keep this. Man, when sometimes you had ideas and it's like that should work, and then the API is not there. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Okay, so now we have this. In theory, if I turn this to true, I need to resume because every time you change part of the data, the preview says, oh, let's start from scratch. It's a little pain in the ass, to be honest. It would be nice if, I'm not saying you replace it on the fly, but at least just click that button for me. Okay, so now we have that. So now that we have it on the preview shown all the time, we can actually tweak it a little bit. So is there any fancy alignment? There you go. That's what I was looking for. So I can say alignment of top trailing. I love that you cannot say top right. You actually need to use trailing and leading and trailing, which is to automatically give support for left to right languages, right to left languages, sorry. And I love it, that's great. Because you don't have to worry about supporting them, it just works, which is super nice. UIKit also has that, but it still has some places where it has a left and a right. So of course, like, unless nobody tells you, you're gonna use left and right because that's what you're used to. Okay, so what do you guys think if we... I mean, I'm not a designer, but I guess we can... fancy this a little bit. Some padding, and let's put some background. And I don't like the colors on macOS because it doesn't have many semantic colors. Like, you can say primary, but that doesn't match anything useful. So I guess I need to end up making my own colors, to be honest. Because, yeah. What did I use for the boxed? So I'm use the... yeah, let's use the same thing. Let's get the primary color and invert it. Which I also don't like, this API, because color invert returns a view, not a color. So you cannot combine it with a color that it's not inverted, which it's a pain in the ass. Okay. It has some transparency, and I don't know from where that comes, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's put some corner radius. Let's put some 4. And I actually don't like this. This is too much. I think I'm just gonna put another 4 here. See how that works. See how this looks. Yeah, that's better. That's what I was imagining. I think that kind of... let's give it a try. But I think for now that's kind of enough, right? Okay, so when you move, okay. Click to copy. Shouldn't be shown here. And that's because I need to say show tooltip and enabled pasteboard. So that's refreshing. You need to wait, and now you can bring it in. So it doesn't show up here anymore, which is what we wanted. And now you can click to copy here. Okay. That works. Yeah, okay. One thing what would be cool if it could track your mouse, but I'm not sure. Okay, I want to. I'm just playing with it, which is the nice thing about Swift UI, but you don't know what you're doing, but you can play a little bit with it. I want to basically. Yeah, see, that's not a big. Requires that some view conforms to shape style. And it doesn't because the colored invert it's not. So yeah, that's gonna be a pain in the ass. So let's just try to say, basically put a border. If show tooltip it's there, put a border. If not, just put it clear. So this works fine in this case, because the types are the same, so you can actually do that. But on this case it doesn't, we need any view. Maybe there's some other trick. Maybe with a little bit of padding. I think I'm gonna, because I'm seeing that I'm making this mistake multiple times. Instead of checking everywhere for both booleans, I'm just gonna switch. So this should work better. So if it's enabled the pasteboard and it's over, so this is gonna basically to make sure that it doesn't go to true unless you can actually have a pasteboard. Okay, cool. I don't know. What would be cool if we could have a tooltip text which is a string. And I guess I cannot do this, right? Because I'm using the same one. So even property, what's called property behaviors? No, that's not called like that. They changed their name. Property wrappers, yeah. So yeah, you cannot use it because self is not available. Party pooper. So let's create an initializer because title enable pasteboard equals false by default, which means that now I can get rid of this one. And we can do that by default the tooltip text is the same as the value. Okay, that should work. That should. Is this because I'm no? Self-use is because it's a state. I don't really understand that. So what if I do tooltip text? No, they have rapid value, but that's not gonna let me. Like, that's fine, but yeah, it's gonna still be complaining. Okay, let's do this then. Okay, and all of this, it's because I want to say tooltip text, copy it. And then I'm gonna do something really bad, but that's gonna work for now. And I'm gonna dispatch after and I'm gonna put this back to self value. And I say it's bad because it is really dodgy. Like, if I keep clicking, it's gonna switch back and forth, which is not really nice, but it should work for now if I treat it carefully. And yeah. Oh well, yeah. What if I use it? That would be cool, right? That would be cool. Oh shit. I don't want it to be value. I want it to be this. I'm gonna put it here even I don't like it. And to be honest, I'm just gonna do this. And I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna get rid of this. And I'm suspicious of why it didn't work. Really, I mean, I know I was not doing this correct thing, but I would have expected a different behavior. Why it doesn't change, mate? Is it because I'm not actually copying because I have the overlay? Yes. Hey, shit. Okay. That makes sense. Because the overlay is on front of it, and so I'm not tapping. Interesting. So yeah, when I click the overlay, it doesn't work. It's when I click something inside it does. Well, no, that's BS. Is it because no, because it was working before, right? Let me bring back. Let me bring back this and basically get rid of this. I want to make sure I understand what's going on with the tab gesture. Because I have the feeling that it's only detecting tabs on the text inside the VStack. But that doesn't make much sense, does it? I will expect that it's the VStack that has the tab. So I didn't realize this before because I was clicking on the numbers. Yeah, because the code I had before was this. So there was no overlay, there was no border. Yeah, I must have missed this behavior, okay. That's interesting. That's interesting because I don't know what. Interesting. So let's just do a quick search if there is something obvious. Fair enough, how to make, yeah. So it looks like I'm not the only one. Yeah, I mean, if you make it a button, fair enough. But I don't want to make it a button because the button has... When you make something a button, you're not just giving it... Well, I guess that's what I'm doing at the end of the day, no? So we may worth trying. What I'm saying is that when you make a button, you're actually giving it style too. So I sometimes prefer to just add a tap gesture and that's it. So let's give this a try. Let's see how it looks. See what I'm saying? Is it the plain button style? Well, I guess this works, but I'm not gaining anything. Because again, I don't want this whole thing to highlight. And if I'm gonna make a style, yeah, and to be honest, that doesn't even work. Because the gesture is just... Is there something like user interaction enabled? No. Nah, that would be too easy. Yeah, thank you, mate, but I don't want the... Oh, you're so helpful, Stack Overflow. Yeah, I know you can use the content shape. It's just ugly. I mean, fair enough, it's just like when... If you are just reading this code now, it's like you're just adding modifiers for the sake of it. I mean, not for the sake of it, but it's like, it's just weird, you know what I mean? I'm not even sure. Because now what happens with the padding? Do I have to put the padding before, and is the rectangle gonna take that into consideration? Okay, that works, but that doesn't work. Yeah, see, the padding is not there. So I guess we can do this, and now the padding is gonna be there. And I'm running the app because you cannot, as far as I know, you cannot see the print output. Okay, that's better. Okay, that's better. Well, of course, thanks, Paul. You had the answer, not Stack Overflow. You had the answer. So yeah. Then let people tell us that Stack Overflow is the solution for everything. Okay, can I give it some order, please? I want some corner radius here. Let's put 4, and I guess I can watch it here now, right? I don't understand why while it's refreshing, it looks so ugly. I don't know what's wrong in there. It doesn't happen when you run the app, or when it actually loads this, but yeah. That's too much, right? That's too much. Not a fan of it. Yeah. It's too much in your face. Yeah, you saw this. Why are you running the app? I mean, why not? You click here, it works. If you click here, it works. If you click here, it works. Yeah. Hey, hello. I didn't notice the message in the chat. I'm making a color picker. Yeah, kind of. I mean, I'm just playing with SwiftUI, to be honest. This is a specific color picker design from Mantia. Let me find it. I showed these on the previous stream. Yeah, there you go. So basically, I'm following Louis basically guideline in terms of making the color picker. So that's just what I was playing with, basically. And it's just an excuse to do some SwiftUI stuff, basically. That's kind of it. And now we're fighting with this. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the implementation for this. And I would also love... Oh, come on, did I change something? I tapped. Yeah, it's chill, Xcode, chill. I'm also not a fan of the click to copy appearing so quickly. Would be cool if it had... I was thinking on starting like complexity. I was thinking on doing a timer. Like we start a timer. When you go down, we stop it. But if the timer fires after X seconds, then we bring the click to copy. And when it's copy, we should hide it until you scroll over again. Something like that. I think that's kind of Basically I want this standard behavior, but sometimes you see, I don't know, where do you see this? It's not this, but sometimes you see the context stuff. Can I get this from SwiftUI for free? No, nothing has a context, right? You know what I mean. Like when you scroll here, there you go, that thing. So I kind of want that. That it takes a little bit and then it shows up. You know, so that's what I want. I'm not sure if I can do that with SwiftUI. It would be cool. It would be cool. There is no contextual context menu. Attaches a context menu and its children to the view. But the context menu, that's like when you right click, right? I'm not sure if there is something similar from what I want. But I guess also the alternative, and that reminds me I need to do another change about animations. I guess the alternative is to animate this. But again, it's not really gonna, because it's not gonna really work. I mean, we can just try with animation. Yeah, because I just want this when it's hovering. And so when there is the pasteboard and it's hovering, set it to true basically. Because when it's going away, I just want it to set it to false immediately. I don't want an animation on that case. I mean, it's not the same thing I wanted, but it kind of, I hope it makes it nicer. See, that's what I was saying before. That's what I was saying before. It's a good example of why any view sucks. So this tooltip, it's basically an overlay here, pop up, but I'm just showing, I just want to show it when you are over, but I cannot pass, I cannot do an if in there, because the text and the empty view are not the same type. And I can just put one type in the overlay. So I'm using any view, as I said before, but because it loses the type, then it doesn't know how to do animation. Also, I don't want that thing to animate, to be honest. I just want this to animate. Like I want the opposite of effect of this. Like now you move, like you hover directly and the tooltip shows up directly and the border, it's like with an animation. I want actually the opposite. So yeah, that's a mistake. I don't want to do this at all. Just set the state without any kind of animation, and I need to give you animation in another way. So basically I want this overlay to be animated, but that doesn't fly. That doesn't fly. That's not gonna fly, fly, fly. What's going on here? You are not a fan of SwiftUI. Well, yeah, let's agree to disagree there. I think Swift UI, it's amazing. It's clearly the right direction for developing UIs. And it's nothing new. I mean, React has been there for ages. It's just React. In my opinion, it's a way better version of React because of the language that it's running in. Swift allows so many nice things that JavaScript can't, basically. Mainly the type system, static type checking, and all that stuff. And yes, so it doesn't animate. I'm not sure I'm gonna lose much time on this, to be honest. So I'm just leaving some notes for myself to remember that at some point I could take a look at improving this. But again, because this is not like an application that is gonna cost $50. It's just gonna be probably on GitHub and that's it, because it's just for me to play. So I don't think I'm gonna worry too much for now. Whoa, what was that? That was not happening before. Ah, that's because of the animation. Yeah, see? So that animation works because it's switching from a text to a text. So it has the same type. And then it knows how to animate that because it's animating basically the string, like the string contents and the width, which is always ugly. I wished they did that much better. But instead, when you do this, it doesn't know how to animate it because it switches from any view to any view and it's like, well, I don't know what's going on there. So yeah. No, Swift UI is not CSS. No, has nothing to do with that. No, it's Swift UI. It's basically letting you declare your entire UI in a pure type. Like it's just your data. You are not writing UI here. You're just declaring how your UI works. Pure declarative, which in my opinion, it's the way UI should be built. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not sure about this one, but I'm definitely gonna get rid of this because that just makes it ugly. But the one I want to fix is this one. You see the background? I'm not sure if the stream is gonna catch it. Yeah, probably, yeah. You see the background? How it takes ages to get to the correct point? That's because there is an animation. And there is an animation because my idea was you click here and it transitions. Actually, no. Actually, my idea was like you do this and it transitions. Yeah, that's the one. That's the animation I want. That's the animation I want. This one was kind of an accident, and I think it doesn't look bad. The problem is that it's too inconsistent, because if you do this, you are switching so quickly that it's just starting to animate to the color you are now. Well, not really. Not really. So it doesn't animate until I lift the cursor, the mouse, basically. Up, yeah, see? Up. And you see how the color changes a little bit? Up. So, and when you do it quickly, it just kind of cancels the last animation and puts the value to the correct place. And it's kind of happy accident, but I'm not sure I really want that. But what I definitely don't want is this. Yeah, that's a no-go. And you actually don't have to do this. You can actually... The first time I saw it was here. Why bring forward, mate? I cancelled the preview. There you go. So yeah, now it's not gonna do it, but the first time you open Xcode, you actually see like oops, animating super slowly. So let's kind of fix that. Maybe no, it's a quick fix. I think I know what's the problem. The problem is that I'm animating, so I need to do what I tried to do first with the tooltip, which is add an animation block for a specific thing. Yeah, that preview, it's fine. Yes, it's this boy. This boy, I don't like it, this boy. Yo boy, get rid of you. But instead, yeah, so now the animation is, you be gone, you be gone. The animation shouldn't be there anymore. Yeah, now there is no more delay on the animation. That's cool. Okay, so that's good. That is good. But now I want to bring the animation back when I click the preview. Why? Because why not? And to do that, this one is the one I need to check. Yeah, see, I also, this was the same thing with the AnyView I was talking before, because originally I wanted to put like just a dark background, and I was using the color inverted, but that color inverted gives you a view, not a color, so you can, it's not the same type, and you have to use any views, and that's why I switched to actually use the real colors, so I can basically have both things be a color, and you can animate between them very easily. So what I actually want is this, with animation. So I think that's all you need. The animation on the palette, yeah, I'm not sure I want to do that. Yeah, okay, that's the effect I wanted. So you click here and the animation is there, the animation is not here, and this just switches, which, I mean, it's fine for me, because you are rarely gonna be clicking here, you know, you're probably just gonna move here until you find the color you like, the hue that you like, so I'm fine with that. Yeah, okay, that's a fixed. That is fixed. Cool. Cool, that is fixed. So I think I'm gonna commit this, because we have done a bunch of work today, so I think we should be committing it. But before that, I need to show tooltip to false, otherwise kind of weird. I can run out this to do because we actually done it. There is some animation work we still need to figure out, and I can get rid of this. Let's give it a run. So yeah, that's actually quite happy with it. Okay, let's fix this because I'm getting tired of that. Am I using the content view? Yep, okay. Let me check what I'm using on the other. Am I using my trick? Well, it's just using the content view because there is no state. The previews. And the previews, yeah, there is no size. But when I run, it's fine. It's just when it does the weird preview thing. Like if you resume for some reason, I think I was saying that before, it kind of runs the app delegate, which runs the application. That's a really weird implementation detail from the previews. So I guess I'm not gonna worry about that. Okay, so let's commit. Let's commit. What have we done? Fixed background color animation, and I've also added the copy colors to baseboard. There you go. So we can commit this. I'm quite happy with the work, to be honest. There is some stuff that we could do, but I think it's too big to tackle now. But there is... yeah, now it didn't work. I need to give some minimum sizes to this. But anyway, something that I actually want to do eventually, it's make this a text field. But text fields are not super powerful in Swift UI yet, hopefully yet. So that's gonna be a mess. I cannot really tell you that. Then we need to fix the, we need to kind of improve this a little bit. You know, it should be nice. And I think that that's kind of it for this simple obligation, to be honest. Oh, I just found the typo. Why nobody told me that? Base? Yeah, of course. That's so typical of me. Always making typos and never seeing them. So what I wanted to do, because I like this kind of hover. The thing is, you're gonna understand now. Like, if you're an iOS developer, you're gonna feel this. I'm not used to have the hover. Like, I know, yeah, you web devs, you always have it. It's fine. But on iOS, we don't have the hover. So every time I'm doing a Mac application, especially if it's like a toy application, I just tend to put hover things as much as I can because I like it. It's, I don't know. And it's so easy that it's like, yeah, it's just fun. So let's just put another one here. Why not? No? We could make it, when you hover one of these squares, you actually put something. Maybe we use the same color or maybe not. Is the color working fine? Yeah, right? Yeah, because this is this one, that's this one. Yeah, it's always 180 degrees. And it works both ways. Cool, yeah. I thought I broke it. Okay. So yeah, why not? Let's give that a try. And that's probably gonna be the last thing we do today. Probably next time we want to do some cleanup. And probably we can open source it after that. So for that we should go to the square, the colored square. That's the view I want. And we have a border when it's selected. So we need to do the same basically. So we need to add a state with a hover that it starts false. Although let's do the same as before and let's just start it true just for the preview, so I don't have to run it while I'm designing it. Okay. And now that we have this, we can add on hover and say self hover. That should switch the state for us. And now that we have that state, we have we could add on this. I wish there was a way to disable. I wish there was a way to disable the. I need to buy a webcam. I need to buy a webcam. Hello. So I wish there was a way of disabling this blue selection, because sometimes it's distracting. So we could do it on the same border. Wait, I'm actually gonna do it on another one. And I'm actually gonna extract this is selected. And I hope this doesn't break anything. We probably should make sure this refactor doesn't break it. Let me just run the app just in case. Let's just in case run the app. Are you running? Yeah, there you go. Okay, so it still works. Cool, so I haven't broke anything. So now we can do if it's hover and it's not selected, because I want both. I don't want both borders. And now in theory we should have both. Yeah, we have everything with borders. Okay. What I'm gonna do though is turn this a little bit down. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do this. Yeah, see? Apple on the APIs, man. So annoying. You have a color, and a color has two methods that let you change the opacity. And the only difference is that they return a color or a view. Well, I'm not sure about that, because maybe this auto-completion just making it weird. But I hope that existed. That they want to treat colors and views as the same things, but the APIs don't actually match that, which is confusing many times. So let's just turn the opacity down for this case. And yeah, I think that's good enough. And now let's take a look. Let's put it to false. And let's take a look. Woo. Okay. Yeah, I like it. Is it maybe too much? Maybe it should be really just almost transparent. You don't actually see it though if you make it so transparent. So let's put it back to 4. And I think that's gonna be it for today. And you can select it, and if you go here, it's green, and you can select it and it becomes big. Cool. That's pretty cool. Again, like, yeah, we can do fancy things with this. I'm probably gonna look at this another day because it will be quite cool. But you need to kind of do a little bit more customization on SwiftUI to get the desired effects. So I think we're gonna leave it here for today. That's the job we have done. Some hover states and the click copy to the baseboard, which should kind of work, right? Yeah, perfect. And we actually can use our own picker to customize some of the colors. So we can do that another day. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you if you have been watching it live on Twitch. I recommend you to follow me on Twitch if you want to be notified. Like this person, I've seen that somebody has subscribed. I'm not sure if this was on the stream, but let's give it a try. You see, thank you for following, not subscribing. You can subscribe on YouTube to actually see more in-depth videos, not so live stream improvised videos. You actually on YouTube you can actually have pretty much Swift evolution videos. That's what I really like to do. So you can subscribe on YouTube for that and follow me on Twitch for these live streams. And of course, this is gonna be re-uploaded as soon as I can into the YouTube channel also. So thank you for being here. Thank you for the questions. I hope I answered as best as I could, and I helped a little bit. If you have any more questions, leave a comment. You can contact me on Twitter on Alexito4. I think that's it. So I think it's time to go. I mean, we chilled a little bit with Swift, but now it's time to go and chill with Netflix. So thank you all for watching and see you next time. And now I need to do this.